Oh, things are getting good now, boy. Oh, things are getting deep. Welcome back, everybody, to the Classic Tony channel. We are continuing our story through Beacon Pines. We are clearly on Chapter 7, and we're going to investigate Mr. Tolliver, for those who don't know. Last episode, we investigated our house with Beck and Rollo, and we found our grandma's old hutch was hiding a secret underground lair. We explored and found some interesting stuff out about her and the town and Operation Sparkplug. And so now we're trying to piece all those pieces together. And who showed up other than Mr. Tolliver? Weird. Where did he come from? Yeah, we saw them talking, but what's he doing here? Let's find out together right now, because we're getting into it.
Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
Well, I feel like the correct answer is good cop, hard cop. So I feel like that's gonna, we're gonna get two different endings. And I feel like this is like the answer I want to give. So let's do, they'd run the classic good cop, hard cop. No, because it's good cop, bad cop. It's not hard cop. I don't think it matters. We'll do them in order. I don't think it really is gonna matter. They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
I'll handle this. You gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Yes, I sound a bit like Homer, yes, okay. Oh, March. March. There it is. It's a little bit lower. There it is. Golly. Gosh. Why don't I just make him sound like Goofy then, Rude?
A cross between Goofy and Shaggy, jeez.
Golly. I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake.
Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down?
No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled.
Rollo's here?
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, all right. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Harriman a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver? Why are you in my grand's basement? This is just so dirty. Get out of my grand's basement. That's inappropriate. Mr. Tolliver, you're a married man. Excuse you. Let me try that again. Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement?
I'm here to help, of course.
Help with what? What's my gran up to?
If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you.
How do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
And since your gran moved into town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming?
Yeah.
So why would I turn my back on your family now?
It's just, all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town? An archive of my dad's old discarded patient notes?
Luca gestured to the corner.
Barrels of explosives?
I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings. Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This'll all make sense in
He
time.
edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be brought to...
He punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
light.
Oh no, why did we untie him?
Son of a...
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there. And let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end. Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement. Back to the drawing board.
Well, indeed. So, as you can tell, the whole good cop, chill cop did not work. But as you can see, we have no other paths currently, but we can definitely go on this one. Go right back where we were and see what happens.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
Oh yeah, I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver?
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver!
I don't want to scream, but
Mr. Tolliver!
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the
The
world?
chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
It's your good buddy Rolo, but I'm gonna add a little bit of a... I'm your buddy Rolo. Yeah, how about something? How about I try and sound like not like Mr. Tolliver? It's your good buddy Rolo. I'm just gonna do one of these. I'm gonna grab my throat while I talk, so I sound a little different, okay? It's still your buddy Rolo. I'm just gonna push my voice back like this. Alrighty then. I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on. Let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're
The
sweating.
doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or Well, let's just say I've never needed another way.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance. What? I don't even...
Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You've tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. Yeah. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran. Gran?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, huh? Blow up the festival? Good Lord!
He shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's heading to the source. Source? What's the source? It's where
His voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began?
It's your good buddy Rollo. There it is. I'm sorry. I'm going to take a sip of water because this voice, pushing my vocal box down while doing that voice was very painful. Not very painful, but just a little uncomfortable. I'm going to take a sip of water. Remember, stay hydrated. We need more information.
Yeah, but we'd better not push Mr. Tolliver any farther. Is there anyone else who might know more?
What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival.
Nah, that tent was just put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about this source thing, Kato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. I have to go check my notes again. I should have looked at her. I should have checked Kato's voice instead of just what his fucking name is.
He has a really cute voice like this. He's kind of nerdy, but he's really cute. It's okay.
This is a dang nice library.
Thanks. We work hard on it.
Aren't you a little too adorable to be a librarian? Try that one more time. Adorable to be a librarian? Yes, very adorable.
Oh.
Kato hung out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys.
I just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes.
They got you working for free?
It's quiet, and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want?
Fair enough.
What can I do for you all?
We need a favor.
I already told you in ROLO. I can't put you any higher on the waiting list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of consciousness.
Actually, we're looking to do some research.
Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for?
That's the thing. We sort of don't know.
What do you got on the history of the town?
There's the county record archives.
What's in those?
Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded.
Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8. 6 feet under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more record, my eyes are gonna pop.
We have to keep digging.
If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of those. These asinine death records. Let me try one more time. I'm gonna try that again. I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records.
Eventually.
I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine lines. Like I tell you what.
Oh, brother, this guy's...
I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rollo Carter lived a full and wonderful life. Till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you've got better ideas, spit it out.
You sound like my sister.
Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring country records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a county record.
Really? That's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just like...
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here.
I'd love to see you try.
Hey! We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait. What was that name, Beck? In the obit? J. Hartford. From the Brookvale Tribune, 8 years ago. That can't be right.
What is it?
J. Hartford. That's my Gran's name. Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were 2 J. Hartfords? Miss Hartford is... Oh, getting hot. Getting hot in here. Taking off my clothes. Miss Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy.
If your Gran is 6 feet under, 3 towns over...
Then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
Alrighty, gang. I gotta close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it?
Almost 10.
Oh crap, Pa is gonna kill me. I gotta go.
Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering. He held perfectly still, tempering his breath and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Let's just make sure. Oh no. Oh crap. Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace.
Or maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Oh no, that's not good. Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed. Let me try that again. I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed.
He flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed. Again. Okay, now I can think. So, if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Let's go to sleep. I feel like we should just close this. Uh-oh. Gran? Okay. Stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened.
Oh boy.
His stride
oh
began
man.
to
Oh
falter.
god. Oh crap. Oh god. Oh crap. Oh god. Oh crap. Oh god. Oh god. Oh crap. What's she gonna do? Is she a murderer or nothing? Oh my god. What's gonna happen? Oh lord. Oh lord.
He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
What's going on? Come on, legs. Just a few more steps. Oh.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground.
Oh no.
Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
Well, we did go to sleep, not in the way we intended. Oh.
Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? Rest now, and let me handle everything.
Chapter 9. A speech to end all speeches.
And a great end to our episode. You see what I did there? The end in that title and the end. Yeah, I know it wasn't that clever. Anyway, thank you all so much, as always, for joining me. This is really starting to unfold. We're really starting to get into it now. We got to figure out what's going on with Gran. What is her plan? What is going on? Why is Gran doing all of this? What is she planning? And is she going to reveal it to the town? Like, what is the next thing? I'm cutting all this. This is just nonsense. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me. As always, I am really into this story, as you can tell. I hope you all are enjoying it. This ending, we're very close. I think there's only a few more episodes, and I might make them extra long just because they're really good towards the end. So I might make these last few ones a little longer. Maybe I'll upload a few extra. Ooh, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Who knows? And, you know, well, I got you here. If you made it this far, you obviously like what I'm saying, but I would just wanted to say, in an ideal world, I would want to upload every other day. I would want to have 4 videos one week, 3 videos another week, and then alternate like that, just uploading every other day for, you know, a 2-week period, basically. 4 days the first week, 3 days the next week. But currently, I record and edit everything myself, which means, like, recording doesn't take forever. It takes hours, sure, but it's not the most time-consuming thing because I love doing it. It's editing. Editing takes like a full day to edit like an episode, so it really does slow down the turnaround. You know, I understand these are Let's Plays, they don't need to be edited that much, but if I repeat a line 2-3 times, I want to use the best take, and so I tend to make those types of cuts. So I just want the best listening experience. Hope y'all understand that. In an ideal world, who knows? Maybe, you know, who knows? Anything could happen. You know, if something happens, who knows? Maybe I'll hire an editor, and then I'll be able to record all the time. And maybe, you know, magical elves will bring me millions of dollars, and I'll never have to do anything other than this. I'm just kidding. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate my mouth not working there. I really appreciate you all hanging out. This has been a lot of fun. I can't wait to finish this story off. It's very, very close, and I can't wait. So thank you all so much. Love each and every one of you. Take it easy, and peace.